All right, everyone. Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to the Final Fantasy XI Let's Play. I am mentally prepared to do both the Magicite mission as well as the Limit Break mission. So what this is eventually going to boil down to is we're going to 3 separate zones. The Beastman strongholds for the Beadeaux, Quadav, and the Orcs. That is Devoy, Beadeaux, and Castle Ostroja. While we're there, we're trying to hit 2 specific spots, but unfortunately, there are mini games and side quests that have to be done inside in order to even fully gain access to everything that we need. So first and foremost, I need to speak to a Conquest Overseer in... Where's a Conquest Overseer even in Juneau? What is my rank bar at? Because did I accept the Magicite mission already? I don't know if I did. I did not. All right, so we need to grab that first. We need to grab the Magicite mission. Are you a Conquest Overseer? I could go back to my hometown. Yes. Okay. My bar is full. Okay, no, it just wanted me to trade in crystals. All right. To flag the mission, speak with Goguen, then click the Dor Bostakan Embassy in Rulud Garden. Okay. Goguen. Is Goguen the guy inside Rulud? Yes, he is. All right. He's the guy in the embassy right here. And then once we have that, we can actually get things going. And remember those key items that we picked up earlier in Beadeaux? This is what we needed them for. Hello, Goguen. Get to the briefing. Pronto. Alright, here we go. Thanks for volunteering, Pletse. According to a message we received from the court of Juneau, they want someone for a special mission. At Delphoot's Tower, you demonstrated bravery above and beyond the call of duty. That is why I want you to spearhead this mission. This kind of thing is a great honor, Pletse. I'm sure you'll gain the Archduke's trust, or Archduke, whichever you prefer. Right away. That's the spirit. Here's an Archducal audience permit. Our reputation with Juneau depends on you. Don't let us down. Don't worry. The only people I can let down is myself. Well, and all of you watching, I suppose. But, you know. It is what it is. Alright, we head over here. And then we'll get the letter to Aldo. And then we need to talk to him for a cutscene. Why, hello there, Camlanot. Howdy do. I need some water. Thirsty. So, you're the new attaché. I'm Camlanot, Archduke of Juneau. I don't remember what his voice sounds like from Dissidia. I'd like your nation's help with a certain matter. Oh, a visitor? Hello there. My name's Eildnark. I'm pleased to meet you. This is my brother. Don't let him bother you. Now let us get down to business. I summoned you here for a certain mission. Have you heard word of the Shadow Lord? My sources tell me that Beastmen in Devoy, Beadeaux, and Castle Ostroja are conspiring to return him to Vanadil. They seek to do so by harnessing the power of the mysterious stones called Magicite. To stop their nefarious plan, I want you to go to those 3 places and seize that Magicite. Of course, I intend to reward you for a task of this magnitude. will issue an airship pass upon receipt of the 3 Magicite. With it, you can swiftly travel home, or to any civilized land for that matter. So they're after Magicite, are they? I wonder what this means. Take extra special care. The thought of a world under the control of the Beastmen makes me shudder. I bet the Beastmen have traps waiting. First, you've got to find out as much as you can. Ilnok speaks the truth. Start by finding out what you can in town. I'm counting on you. A moment, please. By the order of His Grace, we have decided to seek the assistance of the Tenshodo, an organization run by that Aldo fellow. This secret dispatch outlines our wishes. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to him? He is a man of many talents. It would be wise to seek his acquaintance. I don't remember if I unlocked the Tenshodo in this playthrough. I think I mentioned the Tenshodo when I got to Juno in this series, but I don't think I've actually... It won't be a problem unlocking them, but... Well, I hope not. I hope there's Tenshodo invites if I didn't do it. I'll find out very quickly if I didn't do the Tenshodo invites. Yeah, so I guess I'll wait to explain what the Tenshodo is. I'm pretty sure I, at the very least, explained it. Unfortunately, with recording these so far apart, it is very hard to remember what I've actually done and what I haven't done. I'm at the point where I can really start accelerating the amount of progress that I make if I can play a consistent enough times in a row. Which, again, I can't really guarantee past this part. Like, I can't guarantee that I can play again within this week. Because I have other things that need to record. Let's see. Sorry, just reading something real quick. Okay, let's find out. Am I a member of the Tenshodo? So, if I didn't explain... Yep, I am totally not a member of the Tenshodo. So, yeah, I'm not going to read all that. But basically, the Tenshodo is the super secret pirate organization that is not a secret at all. It's like the worst kept secret. And in order to get in, you either have to do a side quest to get a form, or you have to do a quest to get a Tenshodo invite. Either or works. However, most people will go with the Tenshodo invite itself. I don't remember where it is in here. I want to say it's in Miscellaneous 1, but let's just sort and check. Tenshodo, Tenshodo, Tenshodo. Tenshodo invite. Good, there's 11 of them. They're probably a little expensive. 20k is nothing. All right, buy the Tenshodo invite. Trust me when I say you're going to need to do this. The Tenshodo have a lot of very important quests even to this day. I mean, it's required for this progress right here. So around this time, if you haven't done it already, you will, oh my goodness, you will almost certainly be joining the Tenshodo. And with that, we are allowed to go into the back. Alright, I might need to take a second and handle something real quick. And Aldo. Hello, sir. A secret message from the Archduke. Well, let me see it. I see. Thank you for getting this to me. It says I'm supposed to tell you about Magicite. Magicite is found deep within Castles Troja, Devoy, and Beadeaux. But those places are thick with beastmen, and those beastmen are quite cunning. You'll need this to get inside Beadeaux. Aldo. What is it, Verena? Can't you see I have a guest? I know. That's what it's about. I heard the Archduke has made a statement. He's ordered all beastmen out of Juneau. You must not think it's safe to have them around anymore. I think those creeps in the palace are a lot worse than any beastmen we have here. It's like they're wearing masks. You can't tell what they're thinking. Their eyes are like cold stones. You're not going to follow that order, are you? Well, I know how you feel, but with the beastmen on the rampage out there, you can't blame people for feeling jittery about the ones in here. You've heard about all that, haven't you? Yeah, I've heard. But the beastmen in town haven't ever hurt anybody. I know that, Verena, but I don't think the average Juonin would agree. No. Maybe it's the wise thing to do. You know, taking action before things get out of hand. Well, I'll see if I can think of a better alternative. Don't worry, I'd be the last guy to chase them out of town. Okay, you promised, remember? Verena. Oh. Fickle. Ficky, are you alright?
That's a weird thing to ask. I'm always alright. How about you? You look pale.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh, alright. Well, let's get going.
Okay. Alright, we've got the silver bell from him. That's gonna help me with Beadeaux. The only key items that are necessary... Okay, so we don't have everything. So we have access to the Tenshodo. Okay, we need to go get a handful of key items before we even go out. We do need to... Oh, wait, there's an NPC in here we need to talk to. That one. We need those 2 items. Where did I put them? In my satchel? In my case? Yes, we need these. The Quadav charm and the augury shell. This was why we killed them in our last trip. Tell you what, I'll trade you those 2 items for this. Someone's learning some spells out there. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about the Tenshodo invite is when you actually join the Tenshodo, you get an invite to give to somebody else. So you, in theory, don't lose any gil off of that. Alright, so that's going to be required to open certain doors inside of Beadeaux. I think very specifically that's required for the Magicite door that we're going to be going to, which isn't that far in. We can also purchase maps of these areas at this point. If I don't have them already, how much gil do I have? 185. These maps are actually incredibly useful. Even with the online maps, I always feel better off when I have maps of these areas. I'm pretty sure. Ordel, Devoy. All right, let's get Devoy's map. I'm okay not having the other ones, but we really want these ones. I actually know how to get around Beadeaux pretty reliably. Not perfect. I think you saw last time I went there, it wasn't perfect. But for the most part, I remembered where everything was. Okay, we have all that. And then there's 2 NPCs in Upper Juneau, one of which we need coral meat for. We could go farm corals, but instead, let's see if we can find... There's dragon meat here. Let's sort alphabetically. Coral meat. Fortunately, a pretty commonly sold item. A little on the expensive side, but that's a-okay. We're going to need that for the crest of Devoy. Let's head to Upper Juneau. See, there's no simple way around this ordeal. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to take care of something on the side as well. Excellent. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, sorry, I had to just... I'm not done taking care... Actually, where are these NPCs? Because now I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to record a video and take care of something else at the same time. Okay, Paya Sabia at I8. Isn't that this NPC? Right. Isn't that the little kid? Yeah, I think they're like trying to grow a plant over here. I'm helping Verena and Ficky grow flowers. We water them every day. I shall hope they bloom soon. Hi, Ficky. Hi, Verena.
So, still no sprout, huh?
I know. Such a bummer. I water them every day, though. They'll never grow. Water them all you want. No way Ficky seeds will ever sprout here in Juneau, ever. Look, why don't you just hush? You never know till you try. Oh, you're always on Ficky's side, aren't you?
I think they'll sprout.
Huh?
Everyone talks to me now that I planted them. That makes me so happy.
No, I'm happy.
So even if the flowers never bloom, it was still good.
Ficky. Whatever.
I have to get back to Mux. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take care, Fickblix. I'm going home too. I hope they'll sprouty waddy tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for bringing the fertilizer, Giba.
Whatever. Not doing it for you. And now you give me the item. I'm gonna make them. Oh, and now I have to go talk to Muckfix. That was the only thing I need to do here. Then there's Bauden at G8. I think he's right over here. Is he over there or is he down here? Bauden. Oh, it's this kid. Hey, what's up, kid? Say, you're heading to Devoy? Then you'll need this crest of Devoy. You can't break the inner seal without it. I want to trade it for a slice of Kowil meat. What do you say? You can find Kowils at Summermuse Champagne. I actually have some meat on me right now, kid. Oh, yes, that's what I need. Thanks. Alrighty, here's a crusted Devoy, just like I promised. Want to know what I'm going to use this for? It's kind of messed up what he's using it for. I remember. To tell you the truth, my sister's not well. Hey, Odia, it's me, remember? I want meat. Bring me a slice of coral meat drenched in red blood. Quickly, make haste or I'll devour you. Okay, I brought you some, so you don't give me that evil look anymore. Ah, such delicious looking meat. The fat's so perfectly marbled. Fresh meat. My sister was so nice before she got sick. She was so looking forward to marrying Albrecht. But one day after she came back from a picnic with Alista, she got a headache and stayed in bed. Then she got like that. Everyone says she's under some kind of curse. Albrecht's been praying at the temple every day, hoping for relief. I heard the crest will lift the curse, but it didn't work either. But I don't think she's cursed at all. She's never done anything bad to get cursed like that. Oh dear. I don't remember what eventually happens with her. I don't like to show her like this, but I don't know what to do anymore. The fiancé of Albrecht is always at the temple. Yeah, I don't remember what Albrecht's quest actually looks like. But I should really try to remember, because I always remember thinking this part was messed up. This part gives, I don't know why, but this gives me like real Majora's Mask-y vibes. Maybe it's because the kid actually kind of looks like a like a character from Zelda. Maybe that's why it always gave me like Majora's Mask vibes. Let me do this real quick. Let's do my special dial. An ether +2. Well, that's awful. To no one's surprise, that is terrible. Probably just end up tossing that ether, to be completely honest. I should really put that Tenshodo invite on the board. Mukvix and Lower Juno. Okay, okay. Let's put this Tenshodo invite. You know, it's funny. I have a bunch of materials on a character on this server specifically made to like help new players with getting their inventory expansions, but it would go against the entire point of this series if I subsequently used that same character's resources in order to... Wait, did he not even take... Oh, I had 2 of those shells, didn't I? I got that key item, right? Silver Bell, Coruscant Rosary, Crest of Devoid. What was the name of the item that that kid gave me? That guy gave me? It was a Coruscant Rosary and a Black Manatee necklace. Oh, I have to trade them one at a time. I have to go back. I jumped the gun on that. Good thing I checked, because I noticed I had the augury shell. You have to trade him the charm and the augury shell separately for 2 different quests. Okay, that's my bad. First, we'll do this, then we'll head back into the Tenshodo.
Castle Ostroja? What you gonna go there for? Well, you're gonna get killed for all I care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But hey, I gotta have a Yaguro torch to get in there. Not just any old torch. You need a special one from a tree in Salamuse Champagne. And what do you know? We're all out of the stuff. Maybe Ficky's got some extra. He stops by Ostroja once in a while. He's out on the streets again, ain't he? I ain't never figure out why you gotta be so buddy-buddy with all them people. Mark, I'm home. Well, speak of the devil. Hey, you got a Yaguro torch on you? Yeah, I've got one. Well, cough it up for the tough guy right here. No problem. I was just gonna head out to Castle Ostroja right now. Hey, what are you trying to say? I never asked you to head out there. I was just playing with Verena, but she's feeling down. And I know why. The beasties outside town are getting restless. That makes Verena worried. So I'm going to go to Ostroja and ask them to settle down. I think the beasties outside can get along with people like I could with Verena. I really believe so. Yeah, maybe you got a point there. Well, I'm off. Hey, Ficky. Yeah, Muck? You be careful out there. I'll be okay. They'll listen to me. Yeah, my generation can't forget the war, so it's real hard to relate. But you kids don't remember none of that, so I think you can bridge the gap. Yeah, for all of us.
Ficky? Is Ficky in here?
Hey, you just missed him. Said something about going to Castle Ostroja. You don't want to see... You didn't see him on the way in here?
No, it's just some adventurers said they were going out to hunt beastmen, so I got worried. I always told him to stay here in town. Told him if people found him in a dungeon somewhere, they might mistake him for a bad beastman, and then they'd...
Ain't nothing you can do. That kid's a beastie, and even the people in the town give us the cold shoulder. Well, he don't belong out there none neither. But I still think he's safer out there than in here.
I'm so worried about him.
That girl understands things only us beasties do. Maybe Ficky and her can break down the walls that keep us apart. I just hope they watch out for that guy, for those guys craving that mysterious power. Oops. Hey, forget about that.
I will not forget about that, sir. All right, and back to the Tenshodo. Okay, so this has to be... Feedback Hub, Microsoft would love your perspective. About what? My feedback is leave me alone. I'm busy. Sorry, that was the Windows alert that just went off. You know what's funny? I had those muted and then Windows updated and was like, how would you like to hear those again? I'm turning them off again right now. Or if I'm looking they are off, I'm going to be very upset. Let's see. Where is my current... Nope, my system sounds are on, you son of a mother. Okay, they are now off. Again. And I'm going to go into the Tenshodo. Again. Yeah, don't make this mistake. Learn from me here. Make sure you trade both the items and they do them separately. Okay, I think Beadeaux we can do in this video. Beadeaux doesn't really have anything that stops me from progress. Now that I have these items, I can easily do both quests while I'm there. I don't think there's any reason why I would have any struggles. I will say this, it would be really smart to get a re-raise scroll before I go. In the case that I die, being able to re-raise doesn't really help that much, but it might. Now that I have the map and I should remember where to go, I can't imagine that I'll die between my trusts and fleeing. But better safe than sorry. So let's go grab that, and then we are going to head back to Beadeaux. We're not even going to summon our trust when we first get there. There's not really much a point. We will probably want to summon trusts once we finish Magicite and we have to go to the crests. That's where we'll want it. Let me just remind myself. Is there any reason why I would not want to go there yet? Silver Bell, Coruscant Rosary, and Black Matinee Necklace. Nope, I have all that. Where am I going right now? I'm going to Beadeaux. Why am I going this way? Just go... I mean, I guess I could take that to Rulud Gardens. We're going to keep Flea. We actually want Flea. Yeah, everything looks fine. Yeah, so the Ruby Quadav we have to be concerned about, but that should be about it. Because we shouldn't... I mean, I guess it would be cool if we did see Adamant King, but we don't have to run past Adamant King. Like, I wonder if my trusts could actually defeat him at this level. Probably not. Yeah, because he's like level 73, Ruby Quadav. There's a chance I could sneak past him, but it's not a very good chance. But Beadeaux doesn't really have... The other two areas are just... They're really annoying. Like, for Devoy, we have to run all over the map to get a quest done to be able to open the door to get to the crest past the wall of banishing. And then for the Yagado, just climbing Ostrosia sucks. There's like a whole bunch of puzzles. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have like, you're supposed to wait for the day, in-game day to change. And then players are supposed to check passwords for specific doors. Nobody really does that. Everyone just kind of guesses the passwords and hopes that they're correct. And they'll just guess over and over again until they do get them correct. And that is what I will be doing when I get there. Where are we going? What is this? Zulkame? No. Norvalin? No. Durfland. Here we go. Beadeaux. Oh! I'm stupid. You know what I was going to do? I was going to grab re-raise. That was why. Okay, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about dying here. The other two, I'm far more concerned about dying than Beadeaux. Beadeaux has the disadvantage of being a very narrow path, but it is, in all essence, also very easy to navigate, comparatively. Should I try to get more evasion earrings? There's no harm in me trying to get more evasion earrings. Other than the fact that even at this level, killing an ooze is going to kind of suck. Yeah, see, now the mobs up top are too weak to be worthwhile. So we don't have anything to really be afraid of here until the very end. And again, I'm almost certain that the Magicite item is literally, like, right to the left of me upon entering here. Maybe not, actually. I'm reading this. Oh, no, this is in order to get all the items. Yeah, once I have the Magicite. It does even warn right here, like, oh, if you traded both items at once, then you better trade them again. It specifically warns that, huh? I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't worry. That message is read loud and clear. Yeah, it looks like all the Magicite runs are very easy. Hug the left wall until you reach the tunnel entrance. Go into Kowloon Dome. Yeah, so it is where I think it is. We're actually very close. So the majority of the running around for the Magicite quest for this is actually because of getting all of, like, Augury Shell. But we did all that running already, so we just don't have much to be concerned about. Alright, I'm not going to try to get that. As much as I love the parry and evasion skill ups, which do actually come in handy a lot. It's sometimes hard to really appreciate guard, parry, evasion style skill ups in Final Fantasy XI. It's gotten easier to appreciate them in recent years. They are certainly more noticeably handy to have leveled up. But it used to be kind of tough to really feel like those were doing very much. Good thing that's not the case anymore. Trust me, you notice the difference between, like, level 1 guard and, like, level 400 guard. I do have silent oils on me. I think I have, like, 5, yeah. I do have some prism powders, too, but I will probably want more when I go to Devoy and Ostrosia. It's just a lot more running. Beadeaux does not actually have that much running, thankfully. Yeah, see how easy that was? And I think we take all 3 of those items to get past the door right here. And that will complete the first of the 3 Magicite quests. The Silver Bell, Coruscant Rotary, and Black Matinee Necklace glow faintly. Was that because I wasn't standing close enough to the door? Yes. I know that's stupid, but it is what it is. I was not close enough to the door the first time. Bear in mind, there are some doors where your distance between you and the door is, like, it's very important. There's several doors in the game where, like, if you're too far, nothing happens. If you're too close, nothing happens. You have to be standing in, like, the perfect spot. Those explosives, pretty amazing, aren't they? Indeed. Without them, we would not have been able to dig that mine. Now, finally, we can compete with Centauria for power. Quadav aren't good enough to live in there. One blast should take care of them. What is the matter, Babin? Lord Raugrim, we found the Quadav temple in the mines, as you suspected. I could not stop them. That is unfortunate. As always, they don't even try to understand. Nothing. With all the Quadav guarding this place, you'd think we'd find a treasure or two. Come on, let's move. Let's just finish this job and go. Ulrich, wait. As I thought, they were just trying to protect their eggs. But they don't even try to understand. Is that all you've got, Raugrim? Ulrich, why? Why? Because I never liked you, that's why. You'll never get away with this, Ulrich. Watch me! Cornelia. What have I done? Why? I couldn't let you die here, Raugrim. There are people who need you. Cornelia! No! And that is a Magicite number 1. Those of you who have paid attention to some of my lore videos about 11 before some of that stuff hit Final Fantasy 14, probably, yeah, you know some things about these cutscenes we're seeing. Alright, that's the Magicite done, so let's go get the crest. This crest is literally, we're just running to a crest. We just have to run past a couple dangerous enemies. I'm gonna sneak past the first few, and I'm going to flee past Ruby. It would potentially behoove me again to use my trusts to tank Ruby. Even if, as soon as I disengage, he's gonna just follow, at least he won't be hitting me. What was that? What was that sound? Wait, I'm bugging. What was that? Is that just the music hitting like a high-pitched note? Okay, so just in case, let's summon our trusts now. We really only need survival. So I'm going to just run. We're not going to stop and kill anything for this whole bit. Maybe in Ostroja and in Devoy, there's a good reason why we might want to stop and kill some stuff. The levels of the monsters there are a little bit more variable. Here, there's never really a point where I'm going to feel like I want to be able to kill everything quickly. I will want to run past everything. The area is just too narrow. It's too dangerous. I don't want my silence to ever be removed is another big reason. I explained it last time we came through here, but if you don't have silence and you run past these afflictors, they curse you. Lowers your max health by a ton, lowers your movement speed by a ton. And it is just, it's grief central. So we don't, if we get into a fight, there's a good chance I'm going to get my silence removed, and that's no bueno. So instead, we're running double tank, double healer. If I do need to stop and fight something, yes, I could have my silence removed. It's possible. Yeah, I could have that removed. But more than likely, they're just going to be able to hold off whatever it is I'm fighting. And that should be enough even if I do get cursed. It'd probably be better just to run 4 tanks than it would be to run anyone that can potentially get rid of the silence. But I don't think it'll even come to that. Did we kill all the NMs last time I was here? Wait, what was that? Was that one of the NMs? Was that an NPC? I saw at the very bottom. That's an NPC, oh yeah, Yagudo Eye is an NPC. No, that's an NM. I don't know what level that NM is, actually. What are the levels of the monsters up there? Elder Quadav. That might be doable. I could see what he has. I don't think I've ever killed Gefu Yagudo Eye. I probably have, but the fact that I have no recollection of what he even is for tells you all you really need to know. Gefu Yagudo Eye. Let's see. Beadeaux. Yeah, last time we killed the notorious monster here, I killed everything, and then we took care of that. It's for a quest called For the Birds, which is part of another quest line for something else. Rewards a pretty decent back piece, but in other words, we don't need to do it. Yeah, all of this stuff should be too weak to be worthwhile. Yeah, it gives you a Jaguar mantle. Let's stop tracking him. Let's just make sure none of this stuff is easy prey as we're running through. If it is, we'll throw up a sneak oil. The notorious monster that we killed last time we were here is probably easy prey. It probably will aggro. But it's also in a giant open field like this, so we could probably just walk around it. Everything after that notorious monster should be, I want to say, easy prey and decent challenge. It should be elder quadavs and stuff like the things we saw in the middle. But again, we don't want to fight any of it because we don't want to get rid of the silence. Yeah, it's we're going to this northeast section. It's funny because Beadeaux is actually pretty small by comparison. I'd say that all of the main beast strongholds, other than Ostrosia, are actually quite small. Ostrosia is enormous, but like Beadeaux is really just the main part, the underground. Then you go above ground, and it's just, instead of there being a lot of space, it's just kind of takes a while to run around because you have to deal with the high and low parts of the map. All right. From this point on, we need silent oil. Let's see if I remember the exact navigation of this part. I think there might be some site aggro somewhere in here if I go the wrong direction. There's some even matches down. But yeah, I could level down there a few levels ago. Now it's too low to really level off of, but there was a point where I could. I don't remember which of these is the right one. Brew! No, there's big jaws down here, but that's not the same. So we need to go down. And we need to go to the sliding door that's over here. I think it's to the east. Well, actually, I don't even think there is a sliding door for this one. Bro. Every time I see those things. Bro. I don't even remember if there's notorious monsters over here anywhere. There probably is. Generally speaking, almost every, like, main area in a beast stronghold has a notorious monster that can spawn. Whether it's tied to a quest objective or not. There is Gloop, and I'm sure Gloop has, like, an earring drop or something. But here we go. This is the only part that's even remotely concerning about going through Beadeaux. It's these closed down rooms. And we need to get to Kulun, which should be... See that dark spot? That should be Kulun Dome. And I don't remember. There's Platinum Quadav and an Ancient. Yeah, these are level 70 mobs. These will kill me. I'm actually surprised that one's low evasion. Or is medium evasion at all. Yeah, but from this point on, this is level, like, 70 territory. And we only have 1 minute left on the mute, so we really got to get moving. I should have refreshed it, but I actually didn't think it would take that long to run here. It's fine, we're almost there. Less than a minute. This is not the last inflictor. I think there is one with the Ruby Quadav. Again, not the biggest deal, but I need to be quick if I'm dealing with it. Because the thing is, I don't remember if the Ruby Quadav... I think it's a red mage type mob, the Ruby Quadav. The thing that will actually be in my way. Is this a mute right here? Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. All right, no, we're just going to zone immediately. My bad. That is a mute, but unfortunately, there's a Ruby Quadav in that room. We might take an auto attack on the way out, but we won't take 1,000 damage. We took like 200 damage. All right. We don't have to worry about missing health. My dumbass didn't consider that maybe I should consider getting everything ready first. Unfortunately, now the Ruby Quadav is in a really bad spot. Now, if I recall correctly, Kulun Dome should literally, yeah. So we literally just need to dip into this room on the right. Which, honestly, I don't think there's a thing. I don't think this mute actually matters at all. But that Ruby Quadav is true sound. If you wait, you can sneak around it. But I realistically shouldn't have to. I'm going to take care of something real quick while I wait. One sec. All right. Oh, come on, Ruby Quadav. It's so much safer if I don't have to deal with you. He was in a pretty decent spot. If he's on that side of the room, it's no big deal. Here's the thing. I'm either going to wait for him to move and silent oil past the rest, or I'm going to sprint past him and hope for the best. Adam and Quadav. I think Adam and Quadav is the placeholder for the king. Yeah, because it's Zada Adamant King. So the king is not up at the moment. He's literally guarding the door. Okay, so here's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to do a combination of both. We're going to wait till he starts casting a buff. So that way I can aggro him while he's like that stone skin would have been the perfect time. It's actually kind of unfortunate I didn't go right there. I thought of it right there. I want to wait. Of course he's just going to keep standing on that side of the room. Start casting something, please. Buff someone or something. Yeah, do that, but like let the Ruby Quadav do that. Nope, that was not the... we're going. It should be right there. And we're off. Alright, we're gone. Even if we die on the way over here, it's not that big a deal at this point. I don't even remember where we are. I think we're still in the high level area. It's just the exit. Is there a cliff here? Somewhere? We made it. We got the crest. So we're 1/3 done with both. Yeah, we're still in the high level area. I like how there's two cliffs. There was a cliff getting over here, and now there's a cliff here. As if the first cliff wasn't enough to stop you from going back the other way. As if this cliff wouldn't be enough. Like how they had to put another cliff in there so you couldn't, like, I don't know. There's reasons, but it's silly. Alright, I think that's where we call this video. Because both of the other locations are probably... Australia's probably a minimum an hour. If I get really unlucky. Well, if I get lucky, it's about 30 to 35 minutes. If I get it, and that's just once I'm there. If I'm unlucky, it'll take me close to an hour. Especially, it depends on the time of day. I actually get to everything. All right. I think that's going to be a wrap for this week's episode as well. So, 1/3 done with the Magicite. 2 more to go. I listen, if I can squeeze them both into one video, I will. But I'm going to do that piecemeal because running around Devoy is going to take about 20 minutes on top of actually doing both the quests. And I suspect that nice multi-box situation we got going on over here. And I suspect that Ostroja will probably be the same. So, that's going to be a wrap. Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Final Fantasy XI Let's Play. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to interact in the bottom of the video. And I will see all of you in the next one. Until then, I bid you adieu. Bye-bye.